So this is Mason Link, our national representative. Let's give Mason a big round of applause. Okay, so Mike asked me a little about some of the stuff I do well, selling to recommendations. Watch videos. Watch these YouTube videos. Ask your coach for these videos. Tyler the other day sent me like a walking down One Piece. I watched that. So just watch all the YouTube videos. And then when you get to the customer's house, you're super confident. You have to have the mindset that every single person deserves to own Cutco. Mindset sells every. And then you got to focus on really effectively dropping down. But that's why you got to check out those videos and contact your coach for help. And then sharing goals right at the beginning. You want to tie your customers into your goals. Like, you could even just say, I want to build a resume and bring extra money. But then I always say, I'm competing for a scholarship, so I want to help my parents pay for some school. And I guess people that are like 30, 40 years old, your target market, really value that. They really like when a kid is trying to help their parents out, I guess. Share the goals want to help you. They already want to help you out because they're letting in your house. But when you say that, they want to help you out even more. And then basically during, like Trey said, you want to laugh, enjoy. You want to enjoy their time. You don't want them to feel like, when's this kid gonna leave? So if you're enjoying it, they're gonna probably enjoy it. And like Will said, use Cutco all the time. My mom has a few pieces, so I use it all the time. And really get familiar with all the stuff, how it works, and just you could talk about different things. And then another thing, for you new guys, when you first start out, try to get a testimonial. If you ever meet with someone who has Cutco for a really long time, get some sort of testimonial. My first week on the job, I met with the former teacher, and she's had Cutco, like a set of steak knives for like 58 years. And now I show that on every single appointment. And every single time the customer's like, wow, it's crazy. My knives, I got them 10 years ago and or something like that. So she's had 50 years, they look perfectly new. Get a testimonial. It really helps you out every appointment. Now, the SLDM video, I don't know if everyone has that link, but video where like Jeff Kimbo went over a ton of stuff. And one of the things that really caught my attention is a rec approach. So usually you get the rec approach at the end of your presentation. I'm sure and basically this SM video, there's a screenshot that I will just send in the WhatsApp afterwards. But it's basically talking about how Cutco, when you talk about the company, you talk about how Cutco is part of the BB and the DS, which is like Better Business Bureau. And then you bring up before the presentation for that scholarship by getting more recommendations. So then by the time you're done with the presentation, this is where I give you recommendations. And they're already, from that moment on, they're already thinking about who am I going to give this kid, who am I going to refer this kid to? Really help out. It's really easy. That's pretty much it. Just
some of you that probably don't have testimonials, what's your approach in asking people for a testimonial? Some good testimonials.
Yeah, so I've only had I had one video and then a couple of written ones. Basically, I the lady really well. If I had a testimonial from you, and she had a small studio set. She's like, I love Cutco, so that was pretty much the approach. I was like, hey, let me take a video of you doing this.
So just simply asking them?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a specific approach, but
that works.
Yeah, I just said, hey,
for you.
If you love Cutco, take a video. Let me take a video of you saying how much you love it. So, you guys have any more questions? Simple. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Oh, meet with as many people as you can. Try to you have to smoothly drop down. You'll sell 80 to 90% of the time, which that's what I do. So.
Let's give Mason a big round of applause. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Right now, you can send me a direct message on WhatsApp saying you send me the link for the SLDM video, and I'll respond to that and I'll send it to you. So thank you for that. That's really big. another thing you can do is just ask Mr. Gamboa, who recorded that video, next week. Because Mr. Gamboa is going to be live at our team meeting next week, which is not. So you can get a chance to meet him directly and really hear from him. He's actually going to be running a 30-minute workshop at the meeting next week. So really look forward to it. It's going to be awesome. So pretty exciting stuff. So let me go ahead and transition to a couple of upcoming events before I bring up Ella to wrap this up. So you guys know our March Madness brackets that's going on. I will say upset of the week. Man, upset of the week. I was so fired up. There have been upsets in the NCAA tournament so far this year, and it was like the 16 seed UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore campus. They took down University of Virginia, the number 16 seed, the number 1 seed. And I don't know if you guys are watching the tournament at all, but that was huge upset, which was awesome. They won by 20 points. They took out the number 1 seed by 20 points. It was awesome. FSU, the number 1 spot, beat number 1 Xavier, which was awesome. And Loyola, the number 11 spot, beat number 3 Tennessee. So it was like really cool to see that in the actual tournament. And I was so fired up when I'm seeing some underdogs like Trey, who was number 15 in the tournament, took down number 2 Mason Linker this last week. That was a lot. Man, I love that. All right. That was really fun. That was fun to watch. And each of you guys can get $50 in Cutco. I write you the Cutco buck check today. Trey already cashed out and got a pizza cutter. So I'll hook you guys up, which is pretty cool. So 50 Cutco bucks. Whoever wins this round advance, it's $100 in Cutco. And if you make it to that championship, then you're going to get a what was it? $150 in Cutco or a massage. I think it was $150 or a massage, your choice, which is cool. And then if you win the tournament, I'm going to do a VIP night for you and your team. So for example, if Amanda wins, it's going to be what was that?
You said example instead of
whatever. So for example, Amanda, if she wins, it'll be her team, which would be Cassie and whoever's on that team. If Dylan wins, then Dylan and I are just going to go hard and go out and have a good time. It's going to be fun.
How does that work? So those two are going to like.
So right now it's Amanda versus, and then whoever wins. So say you beat Ryan, then you will probably face Dylan unless Chelsea was at a miracle. That would be of the week. I'll tell you right now. That would be hot. I would love that. So if not, then you'll be up at Dylan. And then the other spot is going to be like Ella or Tyler. So like say Ella beats Tyler, and then Trey beats Cassie. That would be Ella versus. See, yeah. So that's going to be the lines. Cool. So it's going to be fun. The next thing show for those of you guys is Monday is going to be the Surge Call, which is March 26th at 8 p.m. Tuesday is going to be the next assistant manager training call on Tuesday, March 27th at 5 p.m. So you just want to have that in your calendar. The next thing is 28th, okay? So March 28th, Mr. Gamboa is coming to town. So let me kind of give you the agenda for next week so that way there's no confusion. And if I could have one of my staff members post this on, again, there's zero confusion. We are not meeting here. I'll repeat, we are not meeting here. We are going to be meeting at the Ramada West Shore. Okay, it's going to be on the Ramada West Shore. If you want to carpool there, then that's fine. You can meet here and carpool over there. But it's on the Ramada West Shore. We'll post the address onto the WhatsApp group. You go directly there. Now, here's how it's going to be set up. The meeting starts at 6 p.m. You know, like how in here we were like, yeah, you could come in early if you want, right? That's not the case. We are starting. The meeting starts. Seating is going to start at 5. Mixing and mingling at 5. So from 5 to 6, going to be mixer. If you want to meet some of the Tampa people, you want to get a chance to talk with, the Rhiannon Smiths of the world, who's taken over Sarasota, or the Jackson Montgomery, who's taken over Tallahassee. You want to mix and mingle a little bit? Show up earlier. Mixers from 5 to 6. 6 p.m., hard start time. 6 p.m. I'm kicking it off with opening comments and recognition from 6 to 6:30. 6:30. Mr. Campbell, myself, and Carlos Cordero are going to be there doing a March Madness phone jam. Huge phone jam. You guys ready for the prize? Cash money. How it's going to work is every representative, probably about 30 or 40 of you guys making phone calls, every demo you guys book is $1 in the pot. So you guys book up $100 appointments, it's $100 pot. You book up 5 appointments, I'm buying a little Nerf basketball hoop. You're going to get a shot in this Nerf basketball hoop for 5 appointments. 7, the shot, because then further shot. Whoever makes it into this Nerf basketball hoop, whoever's the last person standing wins $100 cash. You guys follow? Or whatever, however many appointments. We book up 150 appointments, it's $150 cash. You guys follow? It's going to be fun. It's going to be energetic. If there's 40 people there, 5 appointments apiece, that's $200 pot. You guys follow? So it's going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable. We're also going to be doing some triple threat and whatnot. So that's till 8:30. Then at 8:30 to 9, Mr. Gambo is going to be doing some opening comments. He's going to be doing a whole message on like the summer, go through college, and giving some of his best practices to help you guys have some success. Then from 9, check this out. We have Dylan Fitz is going to be giving a message at this meeting at about 9 o'clock. He's going to be taking the stage on giving his best practices when it comes to selling consistently in the spring versus selling consistently in the summer. And he's going to talk a little bit about the differences and some of his best practices for each to prepare you for the summer season. Then we have Brandon Denny. Brandon Denny is going to be taking over Polk County as a district manager. He has had more people recommended the job. He's recommended some like 60 people to the job. He is crazy when it comes to getting recommendations and referrals. So he's going to be giving a talk on helping you guys understand referrals and recommendations. It's going to be awesome. And then Carlos Cordero is going to wrap us up. He's the district manager in Tampa. And then afterwards, we'll probably get done right about 9:45. Afterwards, we'll be doing a whole mix and mingle, probably go out for some appetizers or something like that. And then you could just network with all these other people that are at this meeting. So just kind of plan your schedule. I would say like from like 6 to 10, something like that. For high school, you guys, you can roll out if you need to, but spring break for public high schools is pretty exciting. So just plan for that in your schedule next week. So it's going to be an awesome event. Here's what I would suggest you guys do. Make sure, number 1, you come in prepared. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by showing up prepared? Dress like nice. You don't have to dress crazy, but you're going to shake hands with Mr. Gambo the first time, right? Make a good impression, number 1. Number 2, make sure you have what? What does show up prepared look like? Have a top 30 list. You're going to make calls for 2 hours. Everyone on our team looked at, right? So have a top 30 list ready to rock, right? Before you get there, right? Have to. All the stuff that you guys know how to do, just do it. Make us look good. We are the number 1 team in the division. Make us look good. Cool? Any questions on that before I bring up a wrap-up speaker? Cool. I want to, Ella's going to wrap us up, and then I have some closing thoughts I want to share with you from my coach today that I really think you guys really benefit from. Ella's been doing a great job. She is right now, you guys can see, number 6 in the office. She's the number 2 assistant manager for the campaign. She finished last year number 4. She finished this past fall. And here's what's great. She's 17 years old. She is now officially going to take over Northeastern as the youngest branch manager in the entire region. Maybe the company. That's awesome. Working around. She's working around dual enrollment, early college. So she's going to be graduating high school with her degree while doing everything that she's doing, running interviews, coaching a team, selling Cutco consistently, right? And then she also has free time. She went to a concert. What was it? Sunset? Is that what it was? Okeechobee. She went to Okeechobee Music Festival. She got a chance to go up to Boston to go hang out with her family up there. She has her sister at home, Josie, who she gets a chance to spend time with and watch Netflix. If you creep on her story, you'll see that sometimes. So that's exciting. That's exciting to have an opportunity. So I asked her some of her thoughts. She was part of my alliance in last summer of 2017. And that's really where she started earning her respect from everybody else in the office. She went from this new girl to, wow, this girl's pretty good, to, wow, this girl is really developing and evolving, to the girl who, man, we got to have a talk. I think you could be a coach. To the girl who's being one of the top coaches to now going to be running your own branch office. Who knows what a year or two from now is going to look like for this young lady. It's pretty exciting. So you guys only get a couple more weeks of Ella. She'll be going to Florida State University this fall. So she will not be in our office. So you only get a couple more weeks of working with her. So I'd pick her brain as much as possible. So to give her the stage before I wrap up our meeting tonight, if you guys can help me bring up Miss Ella Blaisdell. Yay, Ella.
Okay, I want to apologize at the beginning because I do have a cold, so I may be coughing and sneezing. But I really want to talk to you guys about why I'm really excited for summer, because I started last May. So I started, my fast start was about $3,000. I made sure I won the homemaker, so I had all the pieces. Then I started right before SC2. That was really my big aha moment with the company. So I went into SC2 at 3,000. I had a goal of 10,000. I fell short just about 7,500. But through that, I really did change a lot through SC2. That's going to be a really big push for you guys, but you're a lot ahead of where I was. So you're going to be going into SC2 over 20 grand, probably over 30 grand, at least all at dirty 30. So that's really exciting for you guys. So I guess starting when I first started, my fast start, my coach was Shannon. None of you really got to meet her. She's up in Tallahassee. And then Chelsea became my coach, and she got promoted to assistant manager. So that was really exciting when I thought she was like 25 coaching me. Then after I became a coach, I found out she was 16 at the time coaching me, 17 at the time coaching me, which is very exciting. And it was really inspirational to me because I looked up to her as if she was 25 years old, been in the business for 4 years. And I find out she started a month before me. So it was really cool having that, being able to call her for deals and stuff. So I was able to, back to my SC2 push, I was able to hit dirty 30 in my push. I think I ended up at right around SC2. So it was really exciting doing that. Then starting when I became an assistant manager in the fall, I got promoted. So there were a few started working really close with Mike, which was really exciting. I was on key staff, so I already got a little closer with Mike, but I never got to be that close working with Mike, which was very exciting. We do have like secluded meetings for assistant managers, learn one-on-one with Mike, with other people that are already managers, learn more about not only your sales skills, learning about referrals, but you're also going to learn how to work with people. Not only be a team player, but you're going to learn how to be too, which is really exciting. So one of the biggest I definitely have learned as an assistant manager is communicating with people. And I know that's something, Josh and Steven, that was one of your big things in training that I heard from you guys, wanting communication skills, sales skills. So it's really exciting. Another one of the big lessons that I learned this past summer, definitely how to save money with my assistant manager pay. So it's something that's very exciting and an easy way to save money. I've always just put my assistant manager pay straight into my withholdings. And now I'm at over $4,000 in my savings with my withholdings for my business this summer. So that's another good thing to be able to learn over the summer, starting saving a little more, maybe setting up a withholdings account. I've had mine at 30%, almost consistently since I started. So that's helped out a lot. So now something I want to talk about for this summer. So this summer for you guys and for me a little bit too, there's a lot of different aspects that coaching. So one of the biggest things with coaching people, you're helping others while you're helping yourself. So you get to coach other, like the other day I helped Cassie with a deal. I helped her upgrade and sell a homemaker when she was going to sell a galley. Then my next demo, I ended up selling a homemaker. I don't really think that's a coincidence that you get that experience calling people in coaching or coaching call, kind of working their customers up. It gives you more experience in your demos and vice versa. So that's something that's really exciting with the coaching. Also learning more to lead people. Another thing is team building. If you guys didn't check it out yet, Ryan just sent a really awesome video explaining in depth how you do Facebook messaging, and really how to set up your Facebook profile for the summer as an assistant manager or as an assistant manager candidate. So that's really awesome. I got to start messaging people that I went to high school with. Started adding people from their high schools and really getting used to that system. And now I feel confident enough to go to a state that I've never been to in my life don't know a single person there, open a business and still sell over 100 grand. Because of this past summer, I was able to learn how to do Facebook messaging. So it's another really exciting thing if you do want to invest in the company. Another thing is friendships. So I have a lot of friends. We have special team meetings for the assistant manager summer. Also over the summer with our alliance meetings, I got to come in every day. Morning, so got really close with everyone. So yeah, make a lot of friendships with people, and it also builds healthy, friendly competition. So like me and Amanda right now are neck and neck. She's still my best friend, but I'm still gonna kick her ass, so it's no big deal. But you're not going to then. So it's definitely competition with the other managers. You'll get that from being an assistant manager and staying consistent in the office. It's the only way really to build those friendships in the office. Then another thing I want to mention is TLA. So my experience with TLA, you had to be, I think it was 10 grand to be considered for TLA. Jeff Gimbo actually came into the office, put on my very first suit the first time, got to meet him, did some really amazing stuff because I was super nervous. Somehow still got in. But it was a really awesome experience having kind of first interview with the big end. But TLA really helped me out a lot. I've been in it. It's the name of the program. Let's see. I've been in it. What is that?
7 months.
7 months now, almost. Oh, it's almost over. But it's really awesome. You learn really a lot about the triple growth experience. So that's your personal growth, professional growth, and your financial growth. So some things I have for you guys with with your triple growth, you can't get that. About that. You can't get that serving people from McDonald's. That's really not something you can learn anywhere but here. So with the triple growth experience, some of my professional growths that I've learned through this company. So actually just the other day I was doing mock interviews in class, and it was really awesome. Every single one of the interviewers was so impressed that at the end I told them I'd run interviews for work because I'm an assistant manager. They make sense. They were all sharing about how my answers stood out so much from everyone else's because as an assistant manager, I see how other people respond to questions in my interviews, and it's helped me so much that I already feel at such an advantage for after college. I have some interviews I have to go to for scholarships for college this upcoming semester, so I feel an advantage just from running those interviews. Something with my professional growth. I thought you were going to say something. Something with my financial growth. Right now I'm out over $4 grand in withholdings. I wouldn't have been able to do that again with the assistant position. Starting constantly putting my AM pay in there, as well as also having it at withholdings and kind of having that I have to put it in. I think it's okay not to put it in 1 week. I always have my withholdings taking something out of my paycheck. That's kind of where I've learned that financial growth. And then some of my personal growth. Really the biggest light bulb for me, like I said, my aha moment was SC2. I really learned how to be confident in myself. I did enough demos and I got in front of enough people that I knew and that I didn't know. That's when I started my referrals, that I felt really confident in myself and my presentation. And it's really helped me out a lot. I feel a lot more independent now, even though I'm still 17 years old. So that's a little more of my personal growth. So TLA, it really does help with a lot of things, but if you are looking to get into TLA, a few things you might want to write down are staying consistent all summer long. You always want to hit that newsletter. Maybe it's already 9 weeks on the newsletter. Imagine how that's going to look by the end of the summer when he wants to get into TLA and it's like 20 plus weeks consistent. That's going to stand out to Mr. Gimbo, and it's going to be a really awesome experience for you. Have an advantage. And all of you guys, if you start that now, you have such a big advantage of people that come in during the summer. They don't have that 9 weeks that Mason already has to be consistent. Another thing with TLA, you're going to want to stand out in pushes. We haven't had too many big pushes since you guys have been here, but there's going to be some pushes over the summer, and they're really fun. You're going to go to SC1, SC2, SC3, Conference of Champions all over the summer. And when you stand up on stage, getting recognized for prizes, getting handed awards, they got an SC2 last year, we got an SC2 last year, it feels really great. And it really motivates you to sell even more. So that's another one of the big reasons and a big way to stand out for TLA, because Mr. Gimbo is going to be at all of those conferences where you get recognized. Another thing with TLA, you're going to want to organize. single one of you my spreadsheet later. I have 400 names, perfectly organized, table all color coded. And I started that when I first started. As soon as I got 3 rec sheets, I was like, this is too much for me to handle. I need to make an Excel spreadsheet. So that's something you're going to want to do now before it gets too late. That's definitely something not to put off, because once it comes to summertime and it's crazy and people are saying, call me back in August, you're not going to remember if you just have it written down somewhere on a rec sheet. So then, like I said, just a little bit, you get that recognition on stage. Jeff is going to notice more. You're probably selling enough to contend for a scholarship as well. So I'm sure most of you are in high school going off to college next year. Scholarships are important because it helps pay for your college, so less comes out of your pocket. Definitely something I'm working towards right now. Plus, you get free stuff. Who doesn't want free Cutco? You can take your free Cutco, give it to your mom. You can keep it for yourself. You can sell it to your customers for cash, which is really nice. Just a table knife is $40 in your pocket, which is very exciting. So then you also hit promotions faster. If a push is only 2 weeks, you sell 10 grand. That's your fast start. You already have 5 promotions right then and there. So that's something that's also really exciting about the summer, having the opportunity to have multiple pushes. And then lastly, just a little bit about the branch opportunity, since I am branching this summer. Like Mike said, I'm going to be one of the youngest branches, which is very exciting for me that I have this opportunity now at my life instead of later in my life. So if it is something you are interested or even are thinking about, on your next call with your coach, I guess that's tomorrow, your call with your coach, just ask them about it. Say, what's a little bit more about the branch opportunity I can learn about? Or even if the AM opportunity sounds a little better to you now, just ask them. Just say, can I get some more information on it? Where can I get some more information on it? They'll be able to send you links, help you out with that, so you can even learn more and just get informed more, so that by this time next year, you can be standing where I am. Yeah, does anyone have any questions?
Love that. Let's give Ella a big round of applause. Thank you. That's awesome. And one note before we wrap up. When I told Ella she was going to run her first interview, she's like, please no, no. And I had to postpone her first interview. She may remember this, for about a month. She's like, I don't want to. Everyone else in TLA did it. And she was one of the last ones to run her first interview. And now she's so thankful that she did it, right? Think about that, right? So what we oftentimes avoid comes back tenfold and helps us a ton, which is a perfect transition into my wrap-up that I wanted to share with you guys. I pay a coach several $1,000s to coach me as a life coach, not just a business coach, but a life coach. And he shared me a huge breakthrough aha moment for my personal life that I just think is really, it could be helpful for you. And it's not this slide. I just want to put something on the screen. And I chose this one. So he shared a profound thought with me. And I want you to write down these 2 words. And the 2 words are unattachment and humility. Unattachment and humility. And the reason why I bring these 2 words up and the reason why I had this whole conversation with my coach was because and actually, maybe it's not a distraction, but in this weekend, my wife and I, we did a timeshare tour, and I tried to get out of the timeshare tour. I didn't want to go into it. I was like, let's just get out of it as fast as possible. It was some sales, it was like super slick and like young dude. He had this big sales ring, kind of like the one I usually wear. And I was like, all right. So I told him, pull him aside. We'll build a rapport. And I pulled him aside. And I'm like, hey, more time you're spending with me, the less time you're spending with a potential sale. There's no, we're buying anything. I get 4 paid trips every year as a manager with my company. We were really not interested, but we had to do that as a part of like our package deal that we had set up. So we're down to do 90 minutes, but I mean, I'd rather do it in 10 if that's okay with you. And that way you can move on to a potential sale. So this guy took it as a challenge. Like it's like kind of like a customer tells you that. It's like, oh, game on. I'm going to close this guy. I'm going to close this guy. Like that was, I could see. So he didn't receive it the way I wanted it to receive. So my expectation wasn't met. How often does that happen in life where our expectation doesn't get met? So my expectation was met. So now he's trying to play. I'm trying to get out of this thing as fast as possible. So I go into arrogance. I don't play very nice at all, actually. And it wasn't very nice out of me. And Lindsay wasn't pleased with it either. And I was like that jerk-off husband that none of us liked. That was me. And I kind of got into this funk, and this guy was just so mad at me because all I was trying to do was just prove him wrong. Like I was right and he was wrong, and my arrogance kind of took over of everything he was saying on why timeshare is bogus and it's not a good deal and this and that. So he brings over his manager, and then I did the same thing to that manager, and then that guy brought over his manager. So I sat up with 3 different managers, and it wasn't a good experience at all for any of us. And they made us sit in timeout until the 90 minutes was up and wouldn't let us leave. Otherwise, they were going to charge us the full price for the whole stay. So it was not a good experience. So I brought this up to my coach. I was like, let's feel into this a little bit of like, why did I go into arrogance? Like, why did I shift into this part of Mike that I usually don't go into? Like, what was the trigger there? Because anytime there's a lesson learned, I want to learn it. And I was aware. I was consciously aware of it, which is always a great gift. And he gave me those 2 words, which is unattachment and humility. Unattachment and humility. And he said, if you can realize, which you are, you're realizing it now, that you're not going to have the expectations met. There's 3 words that he gave me that you want to try for. There's a great one, there's a middle one, and then there's one that if you have to, you want to slide into this word if you can. And the first word, if your expectations aren't being met, if you can be in this word, he's like, that's euphoric. And that word is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. He said, as soon as you realize your expectations aren't being met, as soon as the gentleman said, game on, I'm going to play, if you can slide into enthusiasm and say, nice, let's play, let's dance, let's have fun with this. It's not going to go my way, doesn't matter. I'm still in equanimity, no big deal, let's have fun. He said, but sometimes it's tough to get enthusiasm when you're not meeting your expectation. He said, number 2, the other word that's almost as good is willingness. Willingness was the other word. So willingness was the other word. And he said, if you can't be enthusiastic, being willing to at least go for the ride, being willing to go with the flow, still try to enjoy the process, and willing to hear. He said sometimes that's tough too. Sometimes it's tough to be willing to do things when they weren't originally going your way the way you wanted them to go. How often car breaks down, cell phone gets lost, whatever it is. It's like, let's just go with this flow. I'm willing to go on this journey with this chaos. Said number 3, third word, that if you could tap into this word versus going into arrogance, it's better than arrogance, but it's not as good as enthusiasm or willing. And that word is acceptance. Acceptance. And he said, how do you get to acceptance? How fast you get to acceptance is going to be the key to moving into unattachment and humility. It's how you can accept things as fast as possible. And that's going to be a death of a loved one. That's going to be a physical limitation, a car, a phone, anything that happens that is not in our expectation is when you can get to acceptance. You say, hey, you know what? This isn't going to be enjoyable. It's not what I intended, but I accept this is the path I have to be on right now. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. So to kind of wrap up our meeting and wrap up where we're at right now, and why I wanted to share with you guys tonight is because you're at an age where you're going to transition into the real world, where you get outside this bubble, and sometimes things aren't going to go the way you want them to go. It's going to happen actually quite often. In fact, many of you are experiencing a lot of these challenges, whether it be a phone or a car breaks down, or a significant other yells at you, argument, whatever it is, it's going to happen. And especially in our business, it happens all the time. Customers cancel, husband comes in, canceled orders, whatever it is, it happens all the time. And I want you to just try to tap into those 3 words that I just shared with you today, that my coach shared with me, which is try to go into accept, try to go into enthusiasm if you can. It's like, this is exciting, this is fun. I'm going to teach this a couple months later. Even though I wanted to avoid it, I accepted it with enthusiasm or willingness or acceptance. And when you can unattach from the outcome and unattach from the outcome with humility and a sense of being humble, that's when you're going to be able to really be able to experience, I would say, a lot more relationships, a lot more fun, a lot more compassion, and just be able to lead the life that you want to lead. So hopefully that lands with you. Those were thoughts from Mike today. I just felt compelled to share that with you. So what I'd like for you guys to do is on your WhatsApp group, if you guys can do this for me, if you could just go through your notes pick out your top 1, 2, 3 light bulbs, whether it be from Mason, from myself, from Ella, from our newsletter discussion, any light bulbs that landed with you tonight. That way your coach can piggyback off of those tomorrow. That would be fantastic. So I just want to thank you guys for your efforts, your energy. I'm excited for next week. And for what Ella was saying, we don't have a push necessarily until June, but you can get recognized. If you're in the newsletter this week, you will get recognized in front of Mr. Gamboa 1 week from tonight. Get it in the newsletter. If there was ever a week to get a newsletter, this is the week. For those of the Final Four in March Madness, you will also get recognized in front of Mr. Gamboa, Mr. Cordero next week. So get a newsletter, win the Final Four, have fun with it, and that way I can put you guys in the spot in front of the entire Tampa Bay organization. So thank you for your energy, your time. You don't have to necessarily, we don't have a team meeting. The next time we're in this room is team meeting next. Actually, no, we have training would be the next in this room. So if you can stack up your shares, that'd be great. Other than that, I appreciate you. Just get with your coach. Oh, we do. Thank you for a reminder. So let me update the board real quick. So is this updated? Will, you got 3 tonight? Steven 3, 5 tonight. Hell yeah. Josh 3. Ella 0, Amanda 0, Trey 0, Mason 4, Jose 3, and Zach 1. 4. Oh, dang. All right. So staff, you get 2 knocks. Jose, you get 1. Mason, you get 2. Josh, you get 1, and Steven, you get 2. All right. Whoever makes the most shots into that silver cup is going to win that cutting board. If we got to do a sudden death, we'll do a sudden death. So we'll shoot behind staff, right? Where that chair is, that's where we'll shoot behind. So thank you guys in virtual land. Have a fantastic night.